Hello, I'm Martin from Bispark, and I'd like to show you how to create such a material, such a brick wall with Omnitiles. And within this tutorial, I'd like to show you how to use different kinds of bricks, the red brick, yellow brick, how to create a layered displacement map with Omnitiles and assign different channels. So there are sometimes cases where you want to have bricks mixed up of different colors, and I'm just using this example so you have an idea of what you can do and how you can create these, which will allow you to do many other kinds of bricks. But there are some examples of the Flemish brick wall, which you can see here. This one, for example, or this one, and other ones that are similar. And yeah, so let's just start and see how we can get to this material. I'm using 3ds Max 2012 in this case with vray 2.4, but you can also do this with Corona or with Scanline. Alright, so first thing is to load Omnitiles as a Diffuse map. You'll find the Omnitiles map within the standard category, which is down here. You can also just type VP and then you have all the VP maps with here. So double click, here we are. If you're not familiar with Omnitiles and the functions within, there's another tutorial how to get started, starting tutorial. Take a look at that so you know you have a basic understanding of the features. But if you know a little bit about Omnitiles, this will give you a better idea of how to create your own materials. So I'm loading a pattern preset of the about 80 or 90 presets which are included with the material manager. Typing in here Flemish, and I'll use the Flemish bond, this one, which is just a pattern with a gradient ramp inside, just to give you an idea of how the pattern looks like. I'll assign this material to the plane that I have here, and you see the bricks are pretty big, so I'm going to increase the tiling here 1010. If I do a test render, you'll see that this will basically just render this as black and white. The yellowish color is just because of the sunlight and the exposure settings that I'm using. Alright, so next thing, I don't want to use the gradient ramp. I might want to use that for something else, for a different grout or displacement or bump, but in this case I want to use Crossmap for the bricks. So I'm loading Crossmap, discard old map because I don't want to keep the other one. And by default this is just a green color, but I can pretty easily load bricks in here. And I'm going to use the Berlin bricks here, the preset, which is all the diffuse maps of this wall within. Right now you see so many small bricks just because the mode is wrong. You have to assign and connect Omnitiles to Crossmap or Crossmap to Omnitiles, and that's simply done by using the image distribution mode, which is currently per face. If I switch this to Omnitiles, you'll see that each of these shapes or bricks has one of the list here assigned to it randomly currently. Now I can further adjust how many times which brick appears. For example, this one is pretty obvious, so I want to reduce the number of times that this one appears. In order to do that, I have to switch to random by probability, because otherwise these probability settings values won't have any effect. So random by probability. And now if I put this to 0, it will disappear. And this wall might look a bit better from the distance, but it really depends on the textures that you use. Alright, so now we have this brick, but I want to have other bricks as well, and I want to have them just as the small bricks here, and not for the wider ones. So how I can do that, when I turn off this, you'll see the colors of all the shapes that are visible here in the pattern. This is a polygon, and each polygon gets a color, and these colors are the same ones that you see here. So polygon 7 is this one, polygon 2 is this one, etc. And this is important because these polygons appear here as map slots or shape map slots, and each of those can have its own different map. You can assign any map that is available in 3ds Max, and I'm going to use a specific one, again, Crossmap, and in this case I'm loading maps from the library of wall to tiles, or all walls, which you can get online, which I'll find. Wait a minute, where is it? Oh no, it's up here. H walls, bricks textures, and then I'm going to take Belvedere, which is this one. Use path, and Crossmap allows me to easily load multiple of these bricks. And I'm just loading the diffuse maps, include, and there we are. So now you'll see these here, but these are all the same because it's set to per object. If I turn this to Omnitiles, then these are randomly distributed among this one shape. Alright, now you'll see the yellow brick just in this shape, but I want to have the other ones using the same Crossmap with the same bitmaps as well. And what I'm going to do is to just instance those, not copy, just instance. And when I do that, I can assign the same Crossmap to the other ones as well. Now I know which shapes use these I have to assign. So yeah, basically there we are. This is the diffuse map, and let's do a quick test render. And you'll see that that works already, but we don't want to just use the diffuse map. So let me switch to the next, which will be the displacement map. I'm going to just copy this one to the displace slot, not instance copy, because otherwise if I replace the textures, the ones here would also be replaced. And now I'm just loading the corresponding displacement maps into the two different Crossmap maps. So this is the Berlin one. I'm selecting the folder Berlin. Then I'm filtering by displacement, include. And I have just the displacement maps for Berlin within this Crossmap. I want to have those not for these because they don't match. So I have to do the same for this Crossmap. Clear. And there. Displacement include. And now I should have a proper displacement for these bricks. Switching off this one so we can get an idea. of how the displacement looks like. And I'm going to check this one since I think, well, let's see. All right, there we go. As you can see, the displacement works. But what I don't like about this is that the displacement is flat, pretty much. And I would like to have more variation in between all the different bricks. One should stand out more than the other, etc. And I can do that by adding another layer in the displacement slot with Omnitiles, and by using different bitmaps from Crossmap. So first thing is I'm clicking here, then I'm adding a composite map, and it's important to keep the old map since I want to keep that one, but I'm adding another one here, and that one will include different different displacement maps. So I did a copy. Now I can get rid of those, and I'm loading another preset which is available through Material Manager, and that's the solid gray. This is just a gray color, and that has some variation within, and you'll see in a minute. I'll crank that up a bit. So, and I have to switch to, of course, to Omnitiles. Now you see I have different gray, black and white variations for all the different bricks in this map. And if I'm now adding this as, or I'm multiplying this, then I have both together. Maybe that's a little bit too much, so I want less variation. 50%, let's say 70%. And this is what I really want to see within, let me do a quick save. Within the displacement. So once again, let me do a quick render. Alright, and you see that this really gives more variation in the wall. And old walls probably haven't always been so straight like modern walls, and this might be desired. So let's see. I think I know what the problem is. Yeah, that's the problem. Okay. Alright. So let's turn on Diffuse again and see how it looks like. Now we can add further layers, a bump layer and also reflection layer. For example, let me quickly do that. Again, I'm doing a copy of that one for the reflection. Then I'll get rid of those because I just want to have one cross map used for the reflection. Clear. Then I'm loading a different preset, maybe this one. and I have to switch this to Omnitiles mode. Then I'll reduce the amount to 20 and reflection glossiness. So let's see. Too much still. Oh, maybe. Let's do this. Okay. So, all right. What I see now is, since the grout is bright, and since these bitmaps don't have a grout, the grout reflects as well, and I don't want that. So I'll add another layer here again, and in this case, let's do a composite again. Keep old map, and now, oh no, let's take that one, copy. Now I just want to multiply this with a black color, so the reflection layer for the grout is black and doesn't reflect. And I'm not using Crossmap in this case, but the gradient ramp. And I'm switching this to channel 19.5, and that is because this is a specific channel for Omnitiles used to map the gradient around the whole shape. Then let's see. I'll switch this to solid. That should be black. Okay. And yeah, that's approximately what I wanted. That could work. All right, and then I have to subtract, I think. No. That is wrong. Multiply, of course. Now we'll see that I only have those maps on the bricks themselves, and the grout is black, so the grout doesn't reflect. I'll do another render. Okay, I think you get the idea. So that's what we want to achieve. I don't see that much of the reflection, but if you have different geometry or different light settings, you will probably more realize the reflection layer. Yeah, you can get this material for free. It's available through Material Manager. If you download Omnitiles, if you have downloaded it, or if you download the demo version, Material Manager is included, the light version. And if you update the user library, then you'll get this preset, which is slightly different, but almost similar. And you can download it. You'll see this button. It doesn't appear on my side because I uploaded it. But you have the download button. If you download it, you get the whole material. It's a vray material, including all the brick textures, and then you can use it and further modify if you want. One thing which is quite nice, now that you have the material set up, it's quite easy to change the pattern. Just load a different one. Let's see. There. Pattern presets, and I'll take this one. Now you have a different wall with the same bricks and a different pattern. You would have to load the same pattern presets for the other layers as well. So for displacement and reflect, but I think you get the idea. Alright, that's it. I hope you like it. I'll try to do more tutorials soon, and send us emails if you have questions, and have fun and enjoy using Omnitiles. Bye.